Dallas Drake, welcome back to the program.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Pretty nice compliment, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was really nice.
I thought that Toronto was out. It looked like early on that was the favorite. Then they sort of faded from the picture. And then, there was some talk earlier this week that Coach Babcock was going to stay. And the next thing you know, he's history. Any insight?
No, not really any insight. I mean, I have my beliefs that, at the end of the day, I think Toronto kind of was waiting in the weeds for a while. They have a pretty big checkbook there, and open checkbook, I should say, that they can compete with anybody when it comes to, paying people. So, I mean, it's obviously a big challenge for Mike, and I think he's up to the challenge. I mean, I think that's one thing about Mike is he likes challenges, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself to have success. So I think he accepted that, and away he goes now.
I have heard it said that if he can get Toronto to the playoffs and possibly win a Stanley Cup, he could be King of Canada for that.
Oh yes, I mean if you find a way to win there, you're obviously gonna be put on a pedestal, a pretty big pedestal, and he's got a lot of pressure on him, obviously. But I don't think too much over the next year. I mean they gotta figure out what they're doing with their roster, and once he gets the type of players in there and gets them playing the way that he wants them to, he'll have success. He's a great coach. He knows what he's doing, obviously, and he is the best coach in the NHL, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of roster moves they make to accommodate what he wants there.
But doesn't it seem weird that the New York of Canada, with all the money and all the prestige and all the history, has had such a terrible couple of decades?
Yeah, it is. I mean, speaking from a player standpoint, I mean, it's I know for a fact there's a lot of players that don't love to play there or wouldn't think about playing there just from the fact that, that's all they do is talk about hockey, and if you go outside and don't do your shoes up right, they're going to talk about it. So it can be a very demanding place to play, but if you do win there, I mean, there's probably not a better place to play.
Mm. So then, in a sense, it's like the New York Yankees. If you're going to play there, you're going to have the pressure, but pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, and it's just different. I mean, every place you go or you walk out of the rink, you're kind of in the spotlight there. Whether you're a first-line player or you're a role player or you're a guy that doesn't play very much, they know who you are, and it's kind of hard to get away from the game sometimes. And so a lot of players don't like that, So I know players like to get away from it. So it's going to be interesting, like I said, the dynamic of the team, how they or what Brendan Shanahan and Babs do to change that.
Is Coach Babcock worth $50 million over 8 years?
Well, I don't think you would have said any coach or any player for them from that standpoint was worth that years ago. But the direction of the way the salary cap goes and what they pay athletes now. I mean, it seems there's no real reason. I guess you can't say a high coach like himself shouldn't get paid as much as he does. I mean, I was surprised that's a lot of money for a coach, but he's earned that right. He's won Stanley Cups and Olympic medals and World Championships. So. He's definitely setting the bar a lot higher for coaches, and it's going to be interesting where a lot of the other coaches are what they're asking for now after this.
What's the most money you made in a season?
No, I'm not getting into that.
More than $100, we'll put it that way.
Right.
Well, you're a gold medal player in our book, and we appreciate the time this morning in Traverse City, Dallas Drake on Mike Babcock. That's a lot of money for a coach.